Okay, brand new upload show is on tonight from 7 p.m. with Leo Ulf. If you've not heard it or listened to it, I totally recommend it. It's so good if you're a creative. We could be featuring you on Welcome to Upload. It's our creative platform here on BBC Radio Solent. So whatever your creation is, whatever you want to do, comedy, writing fiction, blogs, you might be a drawer, an artist, you might just write diaries or poetry, anything like that. We'd love for you to upload it and we can get it out and broadcast it across the south. It's easy to do. We could be featuring it on bbc.co.uk/upload. And today I'm very excited to announce we've got one of our very own uploaders in the studio with us, Rose Goldthorpe, who submitted some of her work, and here she is in the studio now.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. How are you?
Oh, I'm alive. How are you?
I'm alive too.
That's good.
I think, my pulse is going.
It's always good.
You have such a beautiful voice, I must say.
Thank you, I try.
So softly spoken. And I'm hinting like a mix of accents here.
Oh, yes. Well, I was born in Wales originally, and then my dad was an engineer, so my mother moved around a lot with him. And they went to France, and they went to New Zealand, and then they back to England. And I've only recently moved to England just before lockdown, so I have a weird New Zealand accent. But before, when I moved to New Zealand, I spoke with a lovely English, clear-cut English accent like this, you see, which didn't go down well with the New Zealanders.
I mean, my close cousin is a Kiwi, and he always rips it out of me as soon as I'm not around him. He's like, "Oh, come on!" Like, I love it. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. Everyone keeps asking if I'm Canadian. Everyone's like, "I'm sorry."
Do you know, I was going to say Holland or something like that, because sometimes the Holland vibes you get that. No Holland in there. Tell us all about you then. We'd love to hear about you, Rose.
Okay, so basically, I am a filmmaker. I've been making films since I was 14, 15. I make feature films, no budget, obviously. And one of the things I've also been running, which is why I've sent you guys, which is a bunch of different podcasts. I started doing podcasts during lockdown, because originally I had a bunch of movie scripts, but then of course lockdown hit and I couldn't make movies. So I thought, well, the other thing that you can do is they work pretty well as audio play scripts, and that's basically what I started doing. So during lockdown, I took these 4 fantasy scripts that I wrote, like fantasy comedies, and do you know anything about, old radio shows when you got different actors to do the different voices?
Yeah, of course.
And then you get like an editor to do Foley and sound and all that stuff.
Footsteps, someone in the background.
Yes. It's great fun. Yeah, so basically I started off doing that. So I started off with this fantasy one, which is a clip that I think I sent to you guys. And then I had so much fun doing that during lockdown. I got a whole bunch of people who really liked, have you heard about Dungeons and Dragons, the game?
I have.
A whole bunch of, because I'm doing fantasy comedy, I got a whole bunch of Dungeons and Dragons people that were just like, I'm involved with this. So I'm currently working on a script for that, but currently I'm working on adapting Thomas Hardy's novels to audio plays.
Wow.
Using local Dorset folks, because you guys have amazing accents that's almost never heard on radio. So I've been having fun adapting those novels to radio plays and then putting them out. I'm currently doing the Trumpet Major, and I think I have so many on the row that I tend to get them all mixed up because I record them a year beforehand. My actors record them all because it takes me a good while to collect the audio of folks, and then the editor spends a good 3 to 4 months editing, and then we slowly release them over a few more months. Currently, I'm releasing the Trumpet Major.
Oh, wow. And to tell you what, I'm a Dorset gal.
Heck yeah.
I am from Bournemouth.
Nice.
Bournemouth, you don't really speak like that anyway, but if you ever do Tess of the D'Urbervilles, I'm your gal.
Ooh.
I'll be here for it.
Ooh, well, I shall have to keep it in mind.
Right, should we have a little listen of what you've done?
Yes, ma'am. This is the old ones. These are the old ones. Yeah.
Okay, here it is.
Yisa is sitting, grumpily, in a dress, slumped onto a chair with cushions. She is frowning and listening to conversation outside in the hall.
This way, Oswald. Just through the room ahead.
Footsteps are heard. The door opens, and Oswald comes into the room. He stands looking blankly at Yisa, who looks back, worryingly at him. Oswald is an average to plain young man, with his hair greased down, unflatteringly across his brow. He is holding his hat in his hand, and turning it around. Ethelberta sails in and takes a seat by the fireplace. She gestures to a chair nearby, and a maid comes in and places a tray of food on a smallish table near to Ethelberta.
Now do take a seat, Oswald, and have a piece of my pie and some ale.
She hands him a tankard and a plate with a piece of pie on it.
This is my daughter, Louisa.
Oswald nods at Yisa.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Ethelberta hands her daughter food and drink. Yisa is looking mullish, but takes it and puts the food and drink on her elbow table.
We haven't had the pleasure of a visit from you before, Lord Oswald.
Oswald proceeds to demolish his cake with alacrity.
Yes, well, I don't get out that much, and when I do, it is only to visit people of note. My father is a marquis, you know.
Yes, I do know that,
And he has so many people who want to know him that he and I have our hands full.
I can imagine that you...
And then, of course, there's my bugs.
Yisa smiles, leans forward, interestedly, raises her eyebrows and asks,
Bugs?
Yes, I have a great collection which I catch and pin to boards. My room is full of them.
Why do you...
I have over 189 blue carapaced beetles, and the other collectors in the Shire only have 50 at the most.
Oh, that's very
I'm branching out into damselflies now, but they're difficult to get pins into and will keep wriggling for hours on my boards. Any more cake?
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness. Rose. Just a snippet of what you do. I don't know, you said that's an old piece, but it's so cinematic. And
I have to give thanks to the editor for that. I have to give thanks for the editor for that. I mean, obviously the actors send in amazing recordings. They're great people. Every single time they send them in, I'm just howling because, I mean, I write the scripts and I look at them like, oh, it seems kind of cool. And then I send it to the actors and they make it, they make it come alive. Yeah. And then I send it to the editor and he adds all the Foley and the sound and the music. And it's like, I don't want to sound mean, but I didn't think it would come out that amazing, and I'm always so happy when it comes out so amazing, you know?
Exactly. And how do you get connected with these actors? Do they know, is it something you go through with production, or know people?
Well, I know nothing.
Stop it, you're being too humble.
Sorry. Well, I moved from New Zealand to London during a lockdown, and I literally moved in a week before the official lockdown started. So then we were just stuck in this tiny apartment there. So in that one, I just basically put out adverts on places like Star Now and other places, advertising for actors, and then folks started pulling other people in. Now here with the more recent ones, because we now live in Weymouth and I don't plan on moving again, basically that's just word of mouth. So I find friends because I'm involved in like the arts section, so I bring in folks from the theatres around me and then they bring in their folks, and every so often you meet someone with a plummy voice and you're just like, can I just borrow you for a while?
I'm just going to stick a recorder under your mouth.
Yes.
Just repeat this, please.
Just read this out. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's very much, I mean, when I first started off, I didn't know anyone, but what I've discovered, once you get to know one person, they kind of unlock other people, and it's a sort of little...
That's exciting. So exciting. And I was thinking, like, it's a little bit like The Archers, I guess. Everyone listened for years. Yes, The Archers,
there you go.
And especially off the back of lockdown as well, people were obsessed with podcasts. And, when you're going for walks, you'd shove something on. I just feel like we're kind of moving, and that people want to hear dramas like that a bit fiction.
Yeah, I haven't really heard of other people doing audio dramas in quite the same way I do, but probably because I'm very disorganized. But the idea of writing a script, it seems to be very much either we stopped doing them in like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folks that do obviously, conversation podcasts, and there's a lot of folks who do like sort of, they're semi-scripted or have a little bit of a plot, but are very much their own thing. I seem to be the only person doing, and I'm definitely the only person doing historical ones where it's like I'm adapting novels to other one. I don't know if they fall underneath the audiobook category though. It gets a bit blurry. I don't know which they land under.
I think it's fascinating. And you obviously uploaded through the BBC Uploader.
Yes, ma'am.
Happy with that?
I have no complaints whatsoever. I was kind of impressed that you guys do this. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, if people want to listen to you, where can they find you?
Well, for the Greenlands ones, if you just search up the Greenlands, I should be on Spotify, Google. I'm on our website, the Greenlands Official. For the Thomas Hardy ones, search up the Wessex Dramas. We're all over the Wessex Dramas. We're very much pushing that one. Well, I am anyway. So yeah, just search up the Wessex Dramas. We're all over the place, sort of. We're also on YouTube, really. So
great, fabulous.
Hopefully easy to find.
Fingers crossed. I'm going to have it listen. Also, before I let you go, our question this afternoon we're asking people is if you had a dream room, like you could design whatever you want. It's your room, so you can have whatever you want in it. What do you think it would be?
Oh dear. There's these things on the internet that I keep finding that are these fully AI generated images of these sort of cloud rooms with like a little bit of trees, but it's all just basically clouds with the sun. And I think it'd be really nice just to have a room full of cloud. That sounds very
is
floaty, but
going in the list. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you very
that.
much.
Really great suggestion. Rose Goldthorpe there, submitting her work to upload. As you heard from her there, you can find out more online. Get involved in our uploader. Honestly, it's a fantastic opportunity. We feature your creations on air. So if you're a comedian, you're writing poetry, you draw, anything like that, we'd love you to upload it. So easy to do. If you head over to bbc.co.uk/upload and upload on tonight from 7 p.m. with Leo Ulf. Highly recommend it. Then from 8, by the way, it's me on BBC Introducing. I'm back for another show. They will not get rid of me on BBC Radio Solent. I am going to carry on.